11 methods. We're going to look at exercise 4a, question 1h. So I've got this hyperbola. What's happened to the hyperbola is that it's been reflected and it's been moved up 5, okay? Now, you might be wondering, what does the 2 do? 2 is just a dilation factor, okay? So it makes it fatter skinnier. We don't need to really worry about it, okay? We only need to worry about whether it's been reflected, whether it's moved up or down, or whether it's moved left or right. So no left or right, just 5 up and reflect. So it'll be the upside down version of the not parabola, the hyperbola. So let's draw a graph. So I always draw my asymptote first. So I know I have because the graph has moved 5 up, I have a horizontal asymptote, and the vertical asymptote would still be at x equals 0. Okay. Now the shape will be like this because it's a negative hyperbola. So what I'm expecting is simply going to be a intercept here, and obviously no intercept there because it can't touch the y. Okay, so all I need to do is find intercept and get a second point. Okay, so the intercept would be at, and this will be x-intercept, so x-intercept y equals 0, so 0 equals negative plus 5. I'm going to move the 5 to the other side, so it becomes negative 5. Because I have a negative on both sides, I can get rid of negative on both sides. I can multiply by negative 1. I flip, so I flip it, so it becomes 1/5 equals 2x over 1, which is just 2x. And I divide both sides by 2. Okay, so when I divide by 2, essentially multiplying the 5 by 2. So I go 1 on 10. So that's 1/10. And then I need a second point. So second point could be x equals 1. So second point, x equals 1, say. So when x equals 1, y equals... And I'm choosing any point in x that's easy to sub in. So 1 seems like an easy point to sub in. When x equals 1, y equals 1 on 2 plus 5. So that equals negative, not negative, positive 4.5. Yeah, positive 4.5. So now there's a problem with the way I've drawn the graph because in terms of the scale, I've said this is 1/10. So I might want to rub this out and draw it closer to the axis. So when I get my 1, when I draw my second point, it's proportional. Okay, so 1 would be somewhere over here. Okay, because if this is a 10th, 1 would be further down. So 1 would be somewhere over here. Okay, so this would be your point 1, 4.5. Okay, 1 4.5. So we've done it. Okay, so we've drawn our graph. I've got my asymptotes labeled. I've got my x-intercept labeled, and I've got a second point labeled, and that second point happens to be over here. So hopefully that helps.